For this week's Uncut episode, I want to bring you back to the good old days when we used to study with cue cards. And on those cue cards this week on Uncut, I am providing you with, in a very quick, efficient fashion, Cole's notes of the things that first time leaders might encounter. And this is the compendium to my conversation with Katie McMillan, which happened last week on the podcast, where we talked about being a new executive director and what coaching and the experience of coaching, how that helped shape that first year of leadership. So a couple of things that I remember that I would want to put on my cue cards as a new leader. First of all, the balance between push and pull of doing versus planning. Often when you come in as a new leader, you want to do, you want to fix, you want to change. And behooves you to remember that planning and pacing are also really important. You will not be able to make everything happen in your quick 3-6 months that you have, even though you have tons of energy and tons of passion for all of this stuff. It takes time. Cue card number 2 would be reminding yourself that you exist within a bigger ecosystem. You are not just a separate entity. You have a team, you have a board, you have an organization around you, and all of that needs to be figured out, the lay of the land, if you will, a political map, a political landscape. And getting your feet in that is an important component of leadership, even though it may not seem like you're doing anything in that file. Understanding it is the activity. I think the third cue card has on it how frustrating certain things may feel to you, the way things are done, whether it's operations, staff, board, etc. And a reminder that you can't fix everything at once. It's like trying to fly the plane and fix it. You've really got to figure out what your pacing is. Maybe on that cue card, you write crawl, walk, run, knowing that everything has a season. And if there is one message on that cue card is, pacing yourself. Trust takes time. Moving on to the next cue card, I think we are inevitably, as a new leader, going to look at our teams, our roles, and our structure. And taking the time to look at job descriptions and roles, how it suits the personalities that you have, and also where you're going, because your team structure is going to adapt based on your strategic plan and your strategic goals. And sometimes we inherit an organization when we move in that's not structured for us and our skill set, but also sometimes not structured for the team and their skill set. When you're adding in a team member, it adjusts to a whole bunch of things. The power of the org chart. I love a good org chart because it explains to me where everyone is and what their lane is. And then maybe the final thing I would say on those cue cards is the compassion word. You have big ideas. You finally got the chance to lead. You are in charge. You've got the reins. And that can feel really overwhelming, and it can feel like you're always behind the 8 ball. And I think there's a sentiment that if only you had the right people on the team, you could go faster sometimes. And I want to send out like a reminder to you that to speak like like a phrase, Rome was not built in a day. And, building Rome took time, intention, took money, it took resources. And the metal of a true leader is being able to see the longer arc, the longer plan. That's what your job is, not just the short term to the next 3, 6, 9, but where you're going long term. And don't lose hope. Don't lose that vision. That is absolutely maybe one of the most fundamental things that you bring to this organization that nobody else can bring except you.